Be cool, be kind, be classy. The cupcakes so sweet and sexy. Have fun, enjoy the journey. Just have a good attorney. No big whoop, no biggie. She lives near New York City. Not just a YouTube show. When you know, you better grab a straw. Learn about the law. It's cool here in the shade, sipping motions of lemonade. Cool heads will prevail, kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Oh, Melanie Little is going live. Oh no, where is Melanie? Follow the island's melody. Is a concert within reach. No surprise, she's at Jones Beach. She heard some music far away. Captain Jack Stack Harbor Bay. He sings and his piano plays. Not all sounds are waterways. Speaking Yiddish and Latin, it's not just for Manhattan. It's for Goethe and Machegas. Ridiculous that insanus. Oy vey, Marcus. Proset, that's for schmucks. Be cool, be kind, be classy. My cupcakes are sweet and sassy. Not just a YouTube show. When you know. Cool heads will prevail. Kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Melanie Little is going live.
Hello. Hello, my friends. Hello. It's Monday, October 6th, 2025. Welcome. Welcome to Melanie After Dark. Elaine Burris is an amazing contributor to the channel, and she's always in the chat, and she's here. And she sent me the article about, Brian Walsh's hearing being called off for tomorrow and him being committed to Bridgewater State for 20 days. And I wrote back, I'm like, girl, I got you, 7:45. She's like, and she sent me a memo. She's like, thank you so much for catering to us all the time. And I said, I think I'll change my name to Melanie's Catering Company. What do you think? Melanie's Catering Company. What do you think? Does it roll off the... Don't worry, folks. I'll be here all week. I had so many things planned. And for all of you who sent me all the Brian Walsh documents, I had all of those ready to go. We were going to do all the Brian Walsh documents, all the new motions today and all the responses from the Commonwealth, because tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. was supposed to be the pretrial conference. Then something happened today, and the judge just decided, and this is suspicious timing, there's not even a motion on the docket. This is weird, because it was a secret hearing at 12:45 today. It was like a secret. I've ordered the FTR recording. So if I get the audio by tomorrow, we can listen to it. We'll know more. But let's let everybody come in. Let everybody come in for a minute. I need to do a wellness check on my cupcakes. I need to do a wellness check on all of you. Make sure you're all doing all right, because, some people might need a grippy sock vacation, as Nurse Kim says. I give her full credit for that. The grippy sock vacation. Some people may need a grippy sock vacation. I don't know. You know what I did yesterday? I turned off my phone and I went outside and I breathed in the fresh air, and it was beautiful here in New York. It was 80 degrees. And I did it also today because my plans for earlier got foiled when this Brian Walsh got sent to Bridgewater State. And so, not Bridgewater State. That's the college that Colin goes to, right? Bridgewater State, or went to. Bridgewater. Maybe it's Bridgewater State Hospital. I don't know. Yeah, I think everyone needs a spa day. Just listen, just shut off your phone and go away. And there's a beautiful moon outside. Go look at the moon. It is the first of 3 consecutive super moons in a row. I don't know when the last time this happened but it was or will be, but it's supposed to be pretty rare. And the moon is gorgeous. It is, I don't know, in some places they're calling it a hunter's moon, and some places they're calling it the harvest moon. But it's gorgeous. Bridgewater State Hospital. Thank you very much. So that explains a lot. It's a full moon, and we need to do a wellness check. I want to leave the drama at the door, but if you want to tell me how you're feeling, I'll allow it. Your feelings are valid here. Your feelings are very valid. Hold on. And you know, like sometimes you got to turn to the lyrics, you know, you got to turn to the lyrics. I sent this to at least 3 of my friends the other day in a little snippet before the lyrics videos came out, because now the lyrics videos are out. And so I can I can breathe a sigh of relief. But sometimes you need to look at them. First of all, full moons are great time to manifest things. You manifest things and they will come true, allegedly, maybe somehow. And so welcome to my underworld, where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them. It's in my ears. I can't get it out of my head. This song, I can't get it out of my head. And sometimes it's because, all right, I don't know. I don't know why you're canceled. You're not canceled. You're not canceled, girl. You're just blocked. But I'm gonna unblock you. But I can't unblock you unless you send me the. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe it's in here. But again, this is the last person that I'm unblocking during the stream, and I don't know why this is happening again. But just Irish, you are all set. You are all set. YouTube needs to tighten up its game. Okay. Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal, like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. It's easy to love you when you're popular. The optics click, everyone prospers. But one single drop, you're off the roster. Tone deaf and hot. Let's effing off her. Okay? Sometimes you need to listen to a chick who's been through it all. That is the new Taylor Swift song, Canceled. Did anybody get that? Did anybody get that? That's what I was reading. Robin Rose says that the Hunter moon is also called the harvest moon. Thank you, because I was so confused. Some sources were calling it the harvest moon. Some were calling it the Hunter moon. And it is the full moon in Aries, right? And is the first of 3 consecutive supermoons. So we're going to have one today or tonight, 6th into the 7th, and then November, and then December. 3 supermoons in a row. Yeah, Opal Light's been stuck in my head all day too, because I watched that video. And so that too has been stuck in my head. All right. Perfect. Right? So wellness check on all of my cupcakes. The best thing to do is just put your phone away and don't even look at it. I don't know what happened to Glaire's channel. I have no idea. Is his channel off? Because I saw something and then I looked for it. I couldn't find it. I have no idea. Neil Young's Harvest Moon for the playlist. Yes. And so I don't really know because I haven't been paying attention. Thank you, Sherry, for becoming a member. And also Space Dudette is here. Happy anniversary. We've been together for 10 months. Cupcakes for life. And Denise Go Blue says Melanie's catering cupcakes. Perfect. Thank you for your super chat. That's awesome. And according to Wu, thanks for your 5. Mel, hi Mel. The husband just came back from Colorado and gave me CU stickers that he picked up. He said, I got these for you because you listen to Melanie Little. Oh, that's awesome. Sco buffs. Oh man. Rough loss the other day. Or night. It was a night game, but it was early here on the East Coast. It was 7:30 for a change instead of 10:30 p.m. And still they blew it against TCU. And that was a rough loss. Rough. Sue says, thank you so much for the update today on Walshe. Times keep a changing. You're the bestest. I will be in Salem tomorrow and for Kelsey. Okay, good. Can you tell me if Kelsey's hearing will be streamed? Because if it will be on Zoom, but isn't Salem the one who doesn't use Zoom? Because it's like witch trial country. I thought I remembered that from last time. We couldn't get it on the Zoom. I had to order the court recording, and then we got the recording. If there will be a Zoom up for Kelsey Fitzsimmons in the morning. That is scheduled to go at 9:30. I will change the stream that I have planned right now for Brian Walshe tomorrow at 8:45, which isn't happening. So I'm going to pivot the topic on that. But I will, if it's going to be on Zoom, if I can get a Zoom feed for it, then we will stream it. Okay. Hang on. Hold on. I have some friends that don't know that I'm a YouTuber. I really think they just have no idea. Like when I say like I'm live right now, like they don't even know what I'm talking about because they keep talking to me. Like I have friends who genuinely have no idea what I do. So isn't that a great thing? Isn't that a great thing? And I love her. She's my girl, and I love you. I love you, darling. I have this thing I do on YouTube. People are like, "So how's that YouTube thing going?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty well. It's good. A lot of people like it. People like it." So if there is going to be tomorrow a Zoom feed, we will. Kelsey is still in jail. Yeah, she's still in jail. We talked about the appeal. We talked about the appeal to the SJC. I don't know when that's going to be heard, but it's on tomorrow for a pre-trial, some kind of it's conference for tomorrow. So I don't know what they're going to talk about, except how bad the judge's ruling was. One of the witches got off and fell on the bench. Oh, well done, Kelly. Well done. No, it's not family court. Tomorrow is Superior Court. It is in Essex Superior Court in Salem, in the Salem courthouse tomorrow. And it is a Superior Court hearing. It is not, tomorrow is not, the family court thing has been pushed into I don't know when. So if you guys are going to court tomorrow, you're going to Superior Court in Salem, right? Melissa says, your friends should know how much we love you, Melanie. Oh, and Mitchell's always very, oh, Glare is back. Good. Phew. Some people were losing their minds. Broom parking only at the courthouse tomorrow. All right. Yeah, I'll call the clerk too in the morning. They don't open until like 8:30, 8:45. They don't even start answering the phone until like 8:45. But thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. And Kristen says, I think of Kelsey and Aaron Spencer every day. Every day. Hello, London. Hello, London. No, I just found out that there's a hearing for Aiden for Wednesday. There's going to be a motion hearing on Wednesday. So we got that on the calendar. I mean, it's going to be a busy week. It's not going to be as busy as I thought it was going to be with Brian Walshe and all tomorrow. But 2 p.m. tomorrow, there is a hearing. It's the continued status conference in front of Judge Krupp for Brian Walshe, Miles King et al. With Rosemary Scapiccio. And so that's at 2 o'clock. So we're definitely covering that. Maybe, Proctor's communications are finally going to be released out here to the people. But also there's a motion hearing at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Krupp on Wednesday for Aiden. I'm not sure exactly what motion they're hearing because it's not the mega motion that's on for December. It might be for the but wait, it's in front of Judge Krupp. What? Isn't Doolin the one who's hearing his case? So now I'm confused. Is it maybe for the recusal? Maybe it's for the recusal. Does anybody really know? Venus Blue is here and she says, us witches will never let Salem burn another woman. Good girl. Good. Are you going to be out there? Are you going to be out there in full force? Parking is tight. It's October in Salem. A full moon in Salem. Yeah, it's that's why they call it the loony bin, right? Because it's like real. Lunar cycle, the loony bin. People go crazy around the full moon. Sent an email late last night. I'm in Ireland, so it was 11 p.m., but the penny dropped with me on Karen retrial. Maybe it's been spoken of, but unsure. I don't know what you're talking about. The penny dropped? What do you mean? What do you mean, Annie? I don't know. Annie, I got 700 emails yesterday. I was totally unplugged, so I read them all, but I cannot respond to them all. So I don't know. Tomorrow's Kelsey. Yeah, 9:30 in Salem. Yes, so that's why everyone has lost their minds, Carla. That is exactly right. Welcome, Colleen. Thanks for becoming a member. Tourists everywhere. Enjoy. Yeah, I don't pay attention to the drama. I have no idea what's happening, and my life is much better. My life is so much better for it. Well, I can tell you what I know about Brian Walshe, because the weird thing is I had all of these new filings to go over, but none of them involved a competency examination for Brian Walshe. Those papers don't exist. So what has happened is it is a little bit fuzzy. There was a secret hearing held today, 12:45. It wasn't on the docket because I was checking the docket every 5 minutes to make sure that when I put my thumbnail up for tomorrow morning for the 9 a.m. hearing on Brian Walshe, that it was going to be accurate. So I was checking it religiously. Then later, people started sending me this information that it had been postponed because the judge has decided to confine Brian Walshe for 20 days to Bridgewater State Hospital. So let's just take a look at that first, and then afterwards we can come and talk about your feelings, because that's what the title says. People get mad if I don't get to it right away. So that's that. But we can move on. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at what we have here, because I've got 3 different accounts from 3 different news sources. I got the Boston Globe, Boston 10, and this is WCVB, which seems to have the most information. So here's what it says. This is Brian Walsh's trial for murder of his wife postponed in wake of jail attack. And this was just posted like this afternoon. Less than 1 month before Brian Walshe was due to go on trial for the murder and dismemberment of his wife, a judge ordered that he undergo a mental health evaluation, and the trial was postponed. Judge Diane Frenier issued the order for a competency examination on Monday, the case docket shows. The court did not release a copy of the order to News Center 5, citing medical records. So every news piece that I looked at, everything that you guys sent me, nobody was able to get a hold of the order, including Ted Daniel. He said, I can't get the order. The court says they can't give it to us because it has medical information of it. If anybody has a copy of this order, please email it to me. My email is in the show notes below. It did not hit my inbox. A million other things did. This one did not. The title of Frenier's order cites a state law that allows the court to order an examination whenever a court of competent jurisdiction doubts whether a defendant in a criminal case is competent to stand trial or is criminally responsible by reason of mental illness or mental defect. All right. Well, let me continue. Later Monday, a hearing was held. Okay. So it was 12:45. The hearing was held at 12:45 today. And Brian Walshe was ordered to be sent to Bridgewater State Hospital for 20 days to determine whether he is competent to stand trial. The final pretrial hearing, which was scheduled for Tuesday, was rescheduled, and another competency hearing was set for October 27th. So that's past the trial date. So the trial date was supposed to be October 12th, October 20th. Now it's been pushed without date, but some of the news pieces say only for 7 days. We don't know yet. Because the competency hearing is now going to be on the 27th of October. Quote, if there is a question about whether he can do that, if it can make the entire trial invalid or create an appellate issue. Even if he were to be convicted, there would be an appellate issue that would say he wasn't able to help himself during trial, explained attorney Greg Henning. Greg Henning is their legal analyst on WCVB, and he also represented who? Brian Albert. Was he Brian Albert's attorney as well? Remind me. Brian Walsh's trial was previously scheduled to begin on October 20th, but that is now being rescheduled, the court docket said. He faces charges of murder, misleading a police investigation, and improper conveyance of a human body. Anna Walshe, a 39-year-old mother of 3, went missing around New Year's Day in 2023. Prosecutors believe Brian Walshe killed and dismembered her before disposing of the body. Defense attorney Larry Tipton said in court, so somebody listened to this hearing. I've ordered the transcript. I've ordered the audio of it. So hopefully I'll have it by tomorrow. And if I have it by tomorrow, we can listen to it tomorrow to get a little more information on what the hell's going on here. Because why was this never brought up until now? All of a sudden, they're going to claim that he's incompetent. I mean, that usually would be brought up in like the motions in limine or somewhere, like a notice of an incompetency defense or a notice of. So I don't know. The timing of this is really weird. And we know that he got attacked in jail like a week ago or however long ago it was with like a dull shank. And he was admitted, or not even admitted. He was treated and released from like Norfolk County Hospital. So I think this is really strange. Is it suspicious timing? Because was he unsafe in Norfolk County Pokey? Did they find that he was unsafe in the Norfolk County Pokey and they wanted to get him out of there? Who ordered? Right. Weekend at Bevy says, who ordered the hit on him in jail? Look, I don't know what's going on here, but the other day we fell into a rabbit hole and we got into all of the stuff that was going on in DC with the guys who are now in federal prison because Anna was managing this building, and all of the tenants said she was really sus and trying to cover up for these fake FBI agents and stuff. So I don't know. So it's crazy because usually this would have been brought up before now. And so it doesn't even look like there's a motion to have him evaluated. This is like on the court's own. I just can't get the papers. I can't get the papers. Does anybody have to do with the paper? Does anybody have the papers? Miss Jessica says it's. I still think it has to do with DC. Like this was very, very shady the way this was done. Not shady, but it was very secret. This hearing. It was not. Maybe he hurt himself. Maybe he injured himself, and now they're saying that he's a danger to himself. But listen, nobody has ever claimed that he was not competent the night that Anna Walshe went missing. Everyone said he seemed fine. You know, remember Jem Mutlu was there for dinner on New Year's Eve. He said he seemed fine. They were getting along great. Right. Maybe he was talking about spy stuff and now they all think he's crazy. That's exactly what I was thinking, Sherilyn. I didn't want to say it out loud, but you did. Maybe he's been blaming the spies and now they think he's nuts. So then they want to have him evaluated. I don't know. He got stabbed and I guess he's been paranoid in jail. That's what the news said, Kippy Hippie. All right, let's keep reading and see if we can get anything more from this. Larry Tipton, we know Larry Tipton, said in court that Brian Walsh's mental and physical health has declined since he was attacked in jail last month. Well, last month was only a couple of days ago. It was only like 2 weeks ago at the most, right? And is not well enough to participate in the preparation for his trial. So this is a new onset then, a new onset of incompetence, I guess. The defendant has made progress, but both mental and physical effects of the violent assault have continued to prevent him from being able to adequately participate in preparing his defense, Tipton wrote. Tipton wrote where? Where did he write it? Because there's no motion on the docket. I'm being gaslit again. He's me great, unless the papers just haven't been scanned in yet, and they'll be scanned tomorrow. Whatever Tipton wrote in the motion to have him evaluated, I need the motion to have him evaluated. It hasn't hit the docket yet. There's an order, but there's no motion. Maybe the motion, I don't know. He's made great effort to do so, but at this time, it's evident that the trauma resulting from the unexplained and sudden attack continues to significantly impact on his ability to work with his attorneys in a manner required as his complex trial approaches. The competency hearing was one of several new elements added to the case docket on Monday. Right. I have all the other motions and all the Commonwealth responses, but I don't have this. Okay. Others included a series of responses from the prosecution to recent motions submitted by Brian Walsh's attorney. I have all of those. The new documents include notice of the completion of another round of DNA evidence testing and a series of prosecution responses to motions put forward by the defense. That includes a response to Brian Walsh's request that the judge prohibit testimony alleging he knew about his wife's extramarital affair prior to January 1, 2023. Maybe he's telling them everything. That's right, Sabrina. According to the response, the prosecution expects to present evidence that will, quote, permit a reasonable inference about his knowledge, but does not intend to ask any witness that question directly. Well, these are all, responses that we can table until later because the trial is now going to be pushed. So we can save that for another day. But I will show you the one about the DNA. The prosecution emphasized that they do plan to introduce that a private investigator was hired to look into Anna's infidelity. Prosecutors also responded to a request that the judge prohibit information about Brian Walsh's prior legal and criminal trouble. Monday's motion informed the court that prosecutors do not plan to introduce evidence about a 2011 allegation in Washington, D.C., where allegations concerning the probate of his father's estate. Well, that's interesting. I thought it was later than 2011, but we found out what had happened was that Anna, apparently there's a police report from Washington, D.C. in which Anna said that Brian threatened to kill her. Oh, Monique, you got your shirt already. Good. But they're not going to ask to bring that in. So that's helpful for Brian, I guess, or anything having to do with his father's estate. They do plan to introduce some facts about the federal art fraud case in which Brian Walshe was convicted. Less than 1 month before Brian Walshe was due to go on trial for the murder and dismemberment of his wife, a judge ordered that he undergo a mental health evaluation, and the trial was postponed. Judge Diane Frenier issued the order for a competency examination on Monday, the case docket shows. The court did not release a copy of her order to News Center 5, citing medical records. Well, this is just a repeat of everything that we just read, so I don't know why it's repeating itself. But anyway, there's Brian Walshe in better days. And there's a picture of beautiful Anna. We fell into the rabbit hole on that. Did anybody go do the deep dive on the Instagrams that we talked about the other night? And so that just completely repeated itself. But let's take a look at this is NBC Boston. Brian Walshe hospitalized for competence check. Murder trial pushed back. So I'm assuming that he was taken straight to the hospital today. He's going to be there for 20 days. Is that the same hospital, Bridgewater State? Is that where Lindsay Clancy is? Anyone? Anyone? Don't press your luck, Zach. Don't press your luck. Zach says, I've been here for 10 minutes and I haven't been timed out. Feels weird. Are you, all you got to do is not be a dick. It's not hard. It's not hard. I have no idea if you've ever been a dick before, but there's that. Oh, she's at Tewksbury. That's right. Tewksbury. Okay. All right. Do you know anything about Bridgewater State Hospital? Is that for the general public too, or just prisoners? Poor Zach. Let's see if there's anything else in this article, because I don't think there is. Walshe being stabbed in prison last month. All right, let me just click on that and see when that was. That was all right. So it was September 12th. Here, let's watch that news piece again. Hold on.
Recovering from injuries after getting attacked by another inmate. The Cohasset
in the head.
Let me just rewind.
Brian Walshe, the man accused of killing his wife, is recovering from injuries after getting attacked by another inmate. The Cohasset man was apparently stabbed at the Norfolk County Jail, where he's being held on murder charges.
NBC 10's John Maroney joins us live from Denham with these developments. John.
Glenn, Brian Walshe was taken to the hospital, but he's back at the jail tonight. The sheriff says that a weapon was recovered.
Norfolk County House of Correction for a stab victim. Thought he was stabbed in the head, conscious and alert.
Sources say Brian Walshe was stabbed in the head by another inmate at the Norfolk County Jail. He's expected to be okay.
They're going to be taking, I assume, extraordinary steps to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
The sheriff for Norfolk County says the assault occurred Thursday night in a housing unit. Correction officers were involved right away and gave Walshe medical help. The sheriff will only say the injuries were non-life-threatening and Walshe was brought back to Dedham after getting treated at Boston Medical Center.
Transport to BI Boston. Take someone to BI Boston.
None of the officers.
So that happened on 9/11. It was that was the Thursday night. This news piece was on the 12th. They say they recovered a weapon. Okay, what was the weapon and where's the police report for this? Because remember, we got the Kelsey Fitzsimmons sheriff report because Kelsey Fitzsimmons was also, I don't know, she wasn't attacked in jail, but she was verbally attacked, I guess, by another inmate who's a biological male in the women's prison, which I also am confused about. Where's the police report for this? Anybody have it? Anybody do a Freedom of Information Act request for it? Maybe it's attached to the motion papers that we don't have. Maybe. All right, let's keep going. They recovered a weapon. I want to know what the weapon was
hurt. The sheriff said they subdued the other inmate and recovered a makeshift blunt instrument.
Toothbrush
An
shank?
investigation is underway.
They're very creative, right? And most people that are outside of a prison would never imagine what they use in order to perpetrate some sort of a criminal act inside a prison.
Walshe has pleaded not guilty to killing his wife, Anna, and dismembering her body. Criminologist Alex Del Carmen says extra precautions are taken in prison to protect high-profile inmates.
What they do is they isolate the prisoner from the general population. They may put the prisoner in a different cell, make sure that they have direct cameras to the prisoner at all times.
Now, no word on any potential charges. Brian Walshe is scheduled to be in court on Monday. His trial is set to begin next month.
All right.
Dedham, John Maroney, NBC 10 Boston.
That was from when he got shanked by what Michael says is it was his dull toothbrush. Grace Base wins. Grace Base sent me the affirmation of Larry Tipton. So thank you, Megan, for also finding the motion papers. You win too. You guys are so collaborative. You're so collaborative. Grace Base got him to me first, so we're going to pull him up and we're going to see what Larry Tipton had to say. It's his affidavit in support of the motion to continue. So continue just means that they're looking for an adjournment. And so we're going to get a glimpse now. Thank you, Grace Base. You're amazing. All right, so what we got. Coming in hot. Docket number 239. Docket number 239. Here it is. It's going to be a cold read for me. So, be easy on me. Be gentle. Oh, Tiffany, you're the greatest too, but I got it. You're the best. Don't knock yourself out. You guys are like tripping over yourselves to help me. You guys should be called the catering department because you guys cater to me. Tiffany and Megan. All he is. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger because I'm blind. Okay. It's an affidavit in support of motion to continue. We, Larry Tipton and Kelly Porges, hereby state the following is true to the best of our knowledge. We represent the defendant, Mr. Brian Walshe. We have been counsel since December 14th, 2023 and June 16th, 2024, respectively. Remember, he was first represented by Tracy Minor, the attorney who represents him on the fake Andy Warhol stuff, and she may or may not have screwed the case up. According to the judge, the judge thinks that, she didn't believe a word Tracy Minor said at that evidentiary hearing that we never saw her testimony on. And she also gave Tracy Minor's testimony 0 weight and found Buchanan to be incredibly, incredibly believable. So there's that. The defendant is currently facing indictments for first-degree murder, witness intimidation, and disinterring a body relating to the disappearance of his wife, Anna Walshe. He's got witness intimidation charges too. His trial is scheduled to begin on October 20th, 2025. This is the first scheduled trial date. The trial date was scheduled in November of 2024. The defendant is currently serving a federal sentence. The defendant had never been incarcerated prior to his arrest on this matter and the imposition of his federal sentence. During his incarceration at the Norfolk County House, they make it sound like a fraternity house, Norfolk County House. He has maintained employment within the jail and established a respectful and friendly rapport with the jail staff and fellow inmates. What do you think his job in jail is? What do you think his job is in jail is? Wrong answers only. Go. Since the onset of their representation, counsel have seen firsthand the respectful and friendly rapport he has had with jail staff and fellow inmates during our visits with him. On Thursday, September 11th, 2025, the defendant was attacked and stabbed multiple times by another inmate. This attack was captured on video and witnessed by jail staff. There's video. FOIA, people, FOIA, go, go, go. This attack was completely unprovoked. The defendant has never had any previous interaction with his attacker. Name him. We want to know who it was. The defendant was taken to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. The defendant was returned to the jail at approximately 6 a.m. on Friday, September 12th, 2025, and housed in the medical unit of the jail. Maybe he's now the barber. Maybe he took over for LC. Maybe he's an art teacher. Kelly, ding, ding, ding. Art teacher. He's an art teacher. He specializes in teaching like Bob Ross how to do fake Andy Warhol paintings. Maybe that's it. Dental assistant. Good. Ice cream cart pusher. Excellent, Gigi. Cleaning toilets is Marianne. What about butcher? I think butcher, like he could be the kitchen. He could be the butcher in the kitchen. He could be cutting meat. I don't know. All right. Sorry. Sometimes we have to laugh or else we're just going to cry. People are going to think that's in really poor taste too soon, but we got to do what we got to do. Sorry, Grace Base. I know that was terrible. And you were kind enough to give me these motion papers, so Bob Ross would never. No, he would never. The defendant was returned to the jail. Okay. Counsel visited with him that day. The defendant was in pain, disoriented, and fearful. Counsel returned to the jail to visit with the defendant the following week on or about Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Gotta get the next paper. Hold on. Marriage counselor. Yeah. How about spy? How about Serbian spy? And then Kokomo, Indiana says, we cut that position. Well done. Well done. That was a softball, you guys. It was a softball. All right. Page 2. Same document. Affidavit in support of motion to continue the trial. The defendant had not had access. It's so weird to me when these things aren't double spaced because, you know, who can read this? It's like, and this is when I appreciate Mark Bettero's 14 font because this is like 9. This font is like 9. The defendant had not had access to any of his discovery or the law library to review various videos and statements in his case since September 11th of 2025. The defendant was in handcuffs and in isolation in the medical unit due to the investigation into his attack. Counsel spoke to legal counsel for the jail and a superintendent who indicated handcuffs and isolation are policy when there's an ongoing investigation and would remain in place. Why does he have to be handcuffed when he was attacked by somebody else? Are they handcuffing the guy who attacked him too? He needs to prepare for trial. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Oh, that was bad too. Sorry. The isolation and restraints caused the defendant further anxiety and unrest. The jail agreed to provide the defendant with one of the 3 boxes of his discovery that day, September 17th, 2025, and expected he would be reclassified within a day or two and have full access to his discovery. Well, I just want to point out that Rex Heuermann, the suspected Long Island serial killer, has been in jail in Suffolk County Correctional Facility out in Riverhead over there, and he doesn't even have child aid set yet, and he's been allowed to have at least 4 hours a day in the library or the conference room with his boxes of discovery forever, since practically since he was arrested. Sorry, Raider Kev. It's not for everybody, you know. Comedy's not always pretty, my friends. Comedy's not always pretty. Teresa says she worked at Bridgewater for years. Tell us, Teresa. Tell us what it's like in there. You guys are so funny. All right, moving on. The defendant reported fatigue and a diminished ability to concentrate and focus on his discovery case and upcoming trouble. He's sleeping with one eye open. Of course he's tired. He's sleeping with one eye open, waiting for the guy to come back. With his dull shank or toothbrush, whatever it was, the sharpened toothbrush. Counsel scheduled a Zoom with his longtime treating psychiatrist for September 24th, 2025. Wait a second. Is he having Zoom psychiatric visits in jail? Is that allowed? So you can have your own private, you can have like a one-on-one Zoom with your private psychiatrist once a week. Hello. Where's Cardi B? Hello. Somebody put in the comments the other day, can you stop with the Cardi B? It's annoying. And I just wrote, no. No, I can't. I absolutely can't. When you tell me not to do something, that's when I'm going to do it 10 times more. You want to see? I'm going to do it 10 times more, like now. Because, you know, sometimes you need her around. Are you allowed to see your private shrink while you're in the Norfolk County Pokey? Because that's what Cardi B says.
Hello.
I mean, should you be able to? Safer for the provider on Zoom? No, 100%, Kirsty Nursiam. No, I'm not saying that it's not safer. I'm saying, is it permitted that you're allowed to see your own psychiatrist by Zoom? Not that you should be able to see him in person, but is it like one of the perks that you get to get? All right, Team Brittany. Team Brittany says, do not send me $5,000. I mean it. Don't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. I don't know. Is Kelly Reed here today? Kelly Reed, are you here? It's the eve of Kelly Reed's birthday, so everyone say happy birthday to Kelly Reed. We may sing. Maybe we'll sing. Or we can sing again tomorrow. And Bren just jumped into Metallica lyrics, sleep with one eye open. Yeah. Oh, he is sleeping with one eye open. Kelly was here. Happy birthday to Kelly for tomorrow. She's a Libra. All my best friends are Libra. I don't know. It just worked out that way. I'm Aquarius. So my best friends are Libras. It's just weird like that, right? Yeah, I don't know if Cardi B would do an interview with us. I don't know. Every time I say that I like Cardi B, people hate on me too. Like, she's admitted to like drugging men and like assaulting them. Like, I don't know anything about it. I just thought she was funny at her trial. I think her lyrics are terrible, and I would never let my kids listen to her songs in my car. I would never want to hear any of the things she sings about ever. But I think she, as a person, has her funny moments. I don't know if her lyrics are true, if she's really like drugged men and robbed them and assaulted them. I have no idea if that's true or not. I just thought she was funny when she says things like this. Like the hello thing. I think that's kind of funny. And if you watched the trial with me, you thought it was funny too, because it was. I think, what was the question? The question was, oh, why were you afraid of the security guard woman? Why were you afraid of the plaintiff? And she was like,
Hello.
Hello. Hello, I'm here.
Look at her. Look at her. She's a lot bigger than me. Look at her. She's security guard. She's security building big or something. What did she say? She's like security guard big. She's like big enough to guard a building or something. It was funny. It was funny. All right, back to the papers. I had a baby in my belly. Hello. Is that what it was? I had a baby in my belly. Hello. I had a baby in my belly. Hello. I was pregnant. Hello. Security heavy. That's what she was. Right. I mean, it was the palate cleanser trial that we all needed, and we liked it. I think her lyrics are not good. Not what a nice girl should listen to, like my kids. I don't want them listening to that and thinking that's okay. But what else? All right, there's Kelly Reed. She's there. Hi, Kelly. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my cupcake. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's go. The trial is expected to last approximately 3 weeks and commence on October 20th, 2025. The defendant is facing life in prison without the possibility of parole, or LWOP. LWOP, life without parole. Counsel have over 60 years of combined trial experience. Yeah, Larry Tipton is the man. He really is. Counsel have grave concerns about the defendant's ability to intelligently and meaningfully participate in the trial. You think he got that from Judge Cannoni or from watching my show? What do you think? Grave concerns about the defendant's ability to sustain focus for a full day of trial, 5 days a week, and to meaningfully participate in the trial. Counsel have grave concerns about defendant's ability to intelligently and meaningfully participate in jury selection. Counsel have grave concerns about the defendant's ability to intelligently and meaningfully assist with the preparation of cross-examination of the prosecution's witnesses, namely multiple civilian witnesses personally known to him. Counsel have grave concerns about the defendant's ability to intelligently and meaningfully make decisions inherent to any defendant at trial. And this is dated the 3rd, which would have been Friday. Today's only Monday. Oh boy. All right. So this must have been filed like close of business Friday. Wherever you got it from, you're doing the Lord's work, because I don't even know if this was in the docket. So I don't know where you got it from, but thank you very much for getting that for us, Gray Space. And so then what had happened was, then they had a hearing today, 12:45, and the judge said, okay, all right, Mr. Walsh, I am sending you to Bridgewater State Hospital, where you will stay for 20 days and get a court-ordered psychiatric or competency evaluation. And the Goodmans are here, and Brian Goodman, Mr. G, sent a memo and said, hello, we're right here. Happy birthday, Kelly. Hello. And we love the Goodmans. We love the Goodmans. The Goodmans are awesome. See, Brian and Deanna, those are the Goodmans, and they try and outdo each other with super chats. So, I mean, I'm going to allow it. Why would I not allow it? And then she'll send a super chat like on the YouTube thing, and then he'll send a memo, and it's like a competition, and like it's a healthy competition if you ask me. That is the competition that all couples who watch me should be involved in. I'm just saying, because it goes to DoorDash. Because when I'm sitting here for 6 hours, I got to DoorDash myself some coffee, right? Hang on. All right. And then Tiffany sent me another motion, which was dated the 3rd, also from Larry Tipton. Thank you, Tiffany. She's like the queen of documents also. Now comes counsel for the defendant, Brian Walshe, and requests that his appearance be waived for the final pretrial conference scheduled for tomorrow. As grounds for this request, the defendant has informed counsel, and counsel agrees that the fact that the defendant was violently assaulted while in the custody of the Norfolk County Sheriff's Department on September 12th, 2025, he is mentally and physically unable at this time to attend the hearing based on the continuing trauma resulting from the assault. I mean, he has zoomed in a couple times, so I don't know. That's okay. All right. Well, he must be really mentally suffering, I guess. Boop. All right. And now we have Commonwealth's opposition, courtesy of Tiff. Thanks, Tiff girl. All right. So let me oops. This is just going to be a trust me, bro, because I can't really pull it up. So just trust me, bro. This is the Commonwealth's opposition to defendant's motion from October 3rd to adjourn the trial and waiving Walsh's appearance at the final pretrial hearing. Somebody said that blue is so nice. It's actually gray. You know what? I have the lights behind me. I can change the color of the lights behind me. They're backlights. They're like these cool lights. They're on my Amazon list, by the way. You should check them out. They're really made for like a television. You put them behind your television, and then they can change like with the beat of music or with the TV, or you can put them, and so you can change the color. So like right now the lights are purple. And so look, I'll just show you because it is kind of cool. Lighting is everything, my friends. Lighting is everything. So right now the color of the lights behind me is magenta. And so it makes this gray outfit that I have on look blue. But if I change them to white, see, now you can see that my dress is gray. And we could also put them on red. Ooh, that's kind of spooky. That's kind of like nice full moon vibes, right? I think I'll keep it on red. What do you think? Will you allow it? I'm going to allow it. It's like we're in the red light district. Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light, right? Roxanne. All right. All right. It's kind of spooky. And then one time when I did a full moon stream with Lady Zelda, I had them like in fire mode, and they kind of like they look like a fire behind me, which is kind of cool too, but it might freak you out if you are epileptic or something. So when I'm smaller, it's better, but when I'm big like this, it might freak you guys out. You don't like red? I'm doing it. We'll allow the red light. Thank you. All right, so back to the papers, which are only for my eyes because I have to keep moving them. Okay, here's the Commonwealth's opposition on March 30th. Here's the background: March 30th, 2023, a Norfolk grand jury indicted the defendant for the murder of Anna Walshe in violation of 265 sub 1, misleading police in violation of another statute, and willfully conveying a body without authority in violation of another statute. November 6, 2024, the matter was assigned to Judge Diane Frenier for all purposes. Well, before that, remember who it was assigned to? Yes, Judge Cannoni. Yep, Judge Cannoni. On December 2nd, 2024, October 20th, 2025, trial date was assigned. Also assigned on December 2nd, 2024, were dates for the motion to suppress and dismiss and for motions in limine to be argued. We call them lemonade here. On April 18th, 2025, the defendant filed his motion to suppress. Stop. You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out, man. On April 18th, 2025, the defendant filed his motions to suppress. The court conducted evidentiary hearings, and on July 25th, 2025, denied both motions, right? On June 17th, bad decision. On June 17th, the defendant filed a motion to dismiss, which the court denied on August 19th, 2025. On August 22nd, 2025, the defendant filed his notice of appeal from the denial of his motions to suppress. And on wait, that's page 4. Hold on. Wait, I got page 1, 2, and then I got, that's page 1. Okay. But then it goes to page 4. I need page 2 and 3. Hold on. These are JPEGs too, so it's hard for me to pull them up. Hold on, 6. Here's page 2. Never mind. Got it. All right. I'm going to have to download all these and then pull them up that way. So just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. We know how to pivot. We know how to do it. We can do it. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. We're always on the fly. We're always on the fly here. Okay. We did that one. So now we're going to go to page 2 and 3. Coming up next. Now I can put them on the screen for you. I know you like to see receipts. I know you do. Pivot. We're pivoting. Hold, please. I'm funny, right? Some people think I'm funny. I don't know. I could be funny. If you know, some people really hate me, but some other people think I'm funny. So it's kind of like one or the other. It's like the way people feel about Dave Matthews. You love him or you hate him. There's no like, I kind of like Dave Matthews. It's like you love him or you just hate him. But I don't allow any hate for Dave Matthews here ever. All right. Because that's an automatic block. It just is. I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so then on August 25th, he filed his application to the SJC for his interlocutory appeal. And then on September 12th, a single justice of the SJC denied the defendant's application for interlocutory appeal. Meanwhile, voluminous materials related to investigation of former Trooper Proctor and other MSP troopers were provided to the defense. Those materials indicate that former Trooper Proctor was terminated from the MSP because between January 29th, 2022 and August 17th, 2022, he sent derogatory, disparaging, or otherwise inappropriate text messages about a suspect in a homicide investigation. Between January 29th and June 9th, 2022, he provided sensitive and or confidential information about a homicide victim. Yeah, Karen Reed. Oh no, wait, what? A homicide victim? Wait a second. Wait, what? Hold on. This is new. Is this new information? Hold on. January 29th, 2022. That is the date of John O'Keefe's death. And August 17th, 2022. All right. So he sent us damaging things about Karen Reed. That's what I'm going to read from this. Suspect in a homicide investigation. And then also from the date of John O'Keefe's death until June 9th of 2022. Anna Walshe was not killed allegedly until January 1, 2023. So he provided sensitive and or confidential information about a homicide victim about John O'Keefe. Potential witnesses and potential investigatory steps to non-law enforcement personnel between January. Okay, so maybe because he talked about John O'Keefe being waffled, is that? It can't have to do with Anna Walshe because he talked to his family about John dying and his niece and nephew. Samantha says, yeah, right. And about, yes, and about the father taking his life on the mother's grave and stuff like that. Yeah, horrific. And then also between January 29th and August 17th, through his unprofessional and inappropriate conduct, created an image that he was biased in his dealings with a homicide suspect and or brought himself and the MSP into disrepute. And on July 19th, 2022, consumed alcohol while on duty and then proceeded to operate his department-issued cruiser. Yeah, he did. With Brian Albert when they were, not Brian Albert. I'm sorry, Kevin Albert when they were chasing down a cold case of beers on the Cape. And then it was like, dude, where's my gun? Kevin Albert the next day to Michael Park, dude, where's my gun? Have you seen my gun or badge? Proctor's like, dude, you left my badge in the cup holder. And Kevin Albert was like, dude, could you drop it in my mailbox? I'm so hammered. I was so hammered. We still don't know what happened to Kevin Albert's gun, but I don't think he got it. What did he get? Like 3 days vacation loss or something? Yeah, just put it in my mailbox. No big whoop. And then it says media reports indicate that former Trooper Proctor is appealing his termination. Oh, yes, he is. Does anybody know when the next hearing date is for Proctor? Because, we're going to have to cover that because we didn't get to cover it last time because there was something else happening that day. If you know when it is, put it in the chat. Down the Cape, chasing down a cold case of beers. Cold case of, I don't know. What kind of beer do you think they drink? Sam Adams? I don't know. Natty Lights? I have no idea. Sometime in October? Okay. The Commonwealth is unaware of any finding that former Trooper Proctor or any other MSP officer associated with the Norfolk District Attorney's Office has been found to be untruthful. Oh, really? Oh, really? Like Sergeant Buchanan did not lie when he was on the stand and Lally asked him, Sergeant Buchanan, would you say that this is a fair and accurate representation of the way the Sally Port looked on January whatever day of 2022? Oh, yes, it is. And it wasn't until Cross that he had to admit that it was inverted, mirrored, and that, it's like a mirror, like, like when you're looking in the mirror and like everything's like, it's still there, what's there, but it's like inverted. It's like backwards, still there. I think that he should talk like, I feel like his accent should be like Tulsa King. He should be like Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King. I think Sylvester Stallone should play Yuri Buchanan in the movie. Okay, that's what I think. That's my casting. I don't care that Sylvester Stallone is 79 years old. Yeah. Listen, I asked last night. If you looked at like all the searches for my robot over there named A, I don't want to say it because it's going to make all your robots go up too. It's like, A, how old is Sylvester Stallone? A, how old is Dana Delaney? Do you know that Dana Delaney is 69 years old? She's in Tulsa King too. So I think that is what should happen. Sylvester Stallone for Yuri Buchanan. That's my vote. We could put makeup on him. We could Benjamin Button him a little bit. I think it'd be fine. All right. Moving on. Yeah. So that is untrue. I don't know if you watched Karen Reed season 1 or season 2, but Buchanan at the very least has been found to be untruthful. In addition to, I'm going to say other MSP officers that I can't think of right now. Oh, I know, like Fanning, the guy who testified at your own evidentiary hearing on Walshe when he said that he backdated a police report last week to 2022. Yeah, that's not very truthful, is it? No, not really. I don't know. Those are just 2 little examples that I could think of. So I don't know. Going on. On July 17th of 2025, the defense was informed that in accordance with the federal protective orders, federal materials provided in Commonwealth v. Reed pursuant to protective orders would be returned or destroyed. Oh yeah, here we go. And it's going to happen again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Yeah, Andrea says Stallone with a square haircut is a huge yes. He's had a lot of work done, so you can pass for a younger guy. Here, they can just AI him a little bit and reverse age him down a little bit, right? All right, I'll allow it. This defendant was prosecuted in the U.S. District Court for art fraud. Materials related to the defendant's federal art fraud case are not at issue here. Okay, how does that have to do with footnote number 2? Oh, okay. They're talking about the federal materials on Karen Reed and the Proctor communications. After an August 1, 2025 hearing, the court indicated that the issue of discovery of federal materials from the Reed case would be handled by Judge Krupp. Defense counsel have participated in hearings before Judge Krupp. At the most recent September 25th, 2025 status hearing, the DA's office informed the court that the U.S. Attorney's Office was also aware of the trial date in this matter and anticipated that the DA's office review of federal materials would be completed and anything discoverable provided to the defense prior to the commencement of trial in this matter. Well, I'm going to point out right now that that's not enough time. Trial here is supposed to start October 20th. The hearing in front another conference in front of Krupp, who keeps kicking the can down the road instead of picking up the phone and calling Judge Casper the Ghost, federal Judge Casper the Ghost, and being like, hey, Judge, you think you could just release this stuff? Because they have said that it is relevant in Anna Walsh's case and perhaps Miles King's case too. So, I mean, Brian Walshe and King. Lisa Beatty has said that, right? ADA Lisa Beatty, hasn't she said that it's relevant? So it's not only relevant in Karen Reed, it's relevant in these cases too. And so if, depending on what Krupp does tomorrow, which is October 7th, it's still not enough time to prep for trial that's supposed to start October 20th. So it's surprising to me that they're actually opposing this because this is the first time it's been on, and you know how things go in Norfolk County because you've been here for a lot of seasons, right? And you know how the delays happen. So it's not unreasonable, especially after he just was attacked in jail, to put it over for 20 days or however long they're going to put it over because it's the first trial date ever in this case. So I don't think it's a big whoop. I don't know. Maybe I do know why. Maybe I do know why. Because maybe, just maybe, Lisa Beatty knows how damaging maybe Proctor's communications are to the Brian Walshe case. Is it possible that Michael Proctor was looking for nudes of Anna Walshe? You've seen Anna Walsh's picture. I put it up here earlier. She's gorgeous. You think maybe he was looking for nudes of Anna in Brian's phones and his devices? I don't know. The iPad and all the devices that they seized and illegally searched outside the scope of the warrant, in my opinion. I think maybe, just maybe, it wasn't the first time Michael Proctor was looking for nudes. I don't know. Could it be a thing? Could it be a thing? Could there be a file somewhere of all the nudes that they found in Search's phones? Wouldn't that be explosive if that happened? Right? Huh. So was it their idea to oppose this quickly? We got to get this trial quick, because maybe Casper, the ghost, will never release the stuff, and then they won't know that Proctor's been looking for nudes of everyone for however long he's been on the force. I don't know. Yeah, or looking for nudes of Brian for blackmail later. Yeah, that could be. That could be. And when you spell nudes in the chat, just use a creative spelling, because it'll automatically hide it. Just say NOODZ or something. You know? Yeah, Laura, you know who knows? If you have misophonia, plug your ears right now. Put your fingers in your ears. Put your earmuffs on, because I'm saying it the way I say it. Laura McLaughlin knows what's in there. She knows what's in there. She does. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Because remember what they're trying to say now? They're trying to say that because they know that Brian Walshe knew that his wife was cheating, because after he Googled the name of the guy who Anna Walshe left a review for on his Zillow page, and it's still up, by the way, of the guy she was having an affair with in D.C., that's not an issue. He was the guy who sold them their condo in D.C. And after he Googled that guy's name, then he Googled, maybe when he Googled his name, he found out that Anna wrote him a review. Like, it could have been anything. He could have been Googling his name because he wanted a real estate broker again. It wasn't like he was just Googling his name. Hold on. Hold the phone. It wasn't like he was Googling his name because he definitely knew that they were having an affair. That's the guy who sold them their DC condo. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't a stranger. So they're going to try and make it look to the jury like, oh, he's just Googling this guy's name, so he must have known that she was having an affair with him. That was their realtor. He was their realtor. Hello? Hello? He was their realtor. It wasn't like he was just a stranger.
Hello. Hello. Hello, I'm here.
Right? Because if the guy was a stranger and then he was Googling the guy's name, then it would be like, oh, we can infer from that he must have known they were having an affair because he was a stranger. Brian Walshe knew the guy. He was their realtor. Hello. Right. Maybe he was looking for a place to move in DC because he wanted to move down there after he got his ankle monitor off or something, Is that a possibility? I mean, Larry Tipton, are you watching?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Right? Talk to me, folks. And then they're trying to say, because after he Googled William Fastow, then he searched cheating wife Corn. And because of the search of cheating wife Corn, that means that he knew that she was having an affair with William Fastow. Hello. And the reason that we know that is because one of you armchair detectives sent me the Zillow review that Anna Walshe wrote. So there's that. They might have, didn't she say they bought it sight unseen? Yeah, but they must have had like a Zoom walkthrough or something, right? Or they must have had like a Zoom meeting with him. Yeah, BL says, I hope he didn't pay commission fees. Right? But I mean, talk to me on the Corn search, right? Talk to me on because he was searching it, cheating wife Corn, that means that he killed her. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was turned on by it. Maybe they had an open relationship. I don't know. Maybe they had an open relationship, right? Right. Exactly, Venus Blue Trial Bunny. Your comment was automatically hidden by YouTube, but I'm picking up what you're laying down. Maybe they had an open relationship. I don't know. Larry Tipton, are you watching? Okay, moving on. Oh my gosh, we get on so many side quests here, but you know, we're solving all the world's problems and we're figuring out all the cases because this is just either he's the dumbest criminal on the face of the planet with these Google searches, but you know, again, he tried to sell fake Andy Warhols to on eBay to an Andy Warhol collector. But here's the thing: the Andy Warhol collector actually paid him $80,000 for those fakes. So they must have been pretty good fakes, maybe. I don't know. Grace base, that is not a word that YouTube will allow, but I know what you're trying to say. Okay, there is a Cardi B hello emoji for members. Yes, there is. Thank you, Shar, for putting it up there. There it is. I think Zoe made that for us. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you. Footnote 3 says the issue of the federal materials on this matter is next scheduled for 9 a.m. on October 7th, but it's not. It's actually 2 p.m. tomorrow before Judge Krupp. This time and date was selected as the parties would already be at the courthouse for the final pretrial conference before the trial judge. Judge Krupp is addressing the federal material issues on other cases at 2 p.m. on October 7th. On September 11th, 2025, around 9:55 p.m., the defendant was assaulted at the Norfolk House of Corrections by another inmate. The defendant was conscious and alert, taken to a hospital, and returned to the jail. A few hours later, he was not admitted to the hospital. On September 17th, 2025, the SJC released its opinion in Commonwealth v. Gordon, announcing a new rule that the evidentiary rule permitting a substitute expert who is a supervisor of the crime lab to provide an opinion regarding raw data generated by an absent analyst that depends on the truth of the testimonial hearsay of an absent analyst as to the processes and protocols did not comport with the right of confrontation, and the omission of such expert opinion is error. Okay, that run-on sentence just made my head hurt, and I feel like there's an ice pick in the side in my temple. Oh, Miss Jessica says, are they pushing it out because in the phone dump there is proof that Anna is actually involved in spy activities and they are trying to keep that out? I don't know. And then Yaya Marie says, I read they did a FaceTime about the place. Right. So it's not like it's just some strange guy's name. Okay, that makes a big difference to me now. I'm glad you guys dug that up. So apparently there's a new rule that just came out like September 17th, and they want to use it in this case again, which is really more fuel to the ammunition of we need to push the trial out a little bit because now you're going to allow other stuff in here. We are all brainstorming together. That's what I love about you guys so much. And then it says on September 26, 2025. Okay, so like, I don't know, 9 days ago, the Commonwealth filed a notice that because the application of Gordon was unclear and because an MSP crime lab analyst who performed testing of round 2 DNA would be unavailable to testify due to major surgery, the MSP crime lab was retesting the remaining extractions from 6 items tested in round 2 and anticipated that discovery would be produced on or about October 9th of 2025. What? You're going to retest them now and what, degrade the samples further? Yes, Nini, Cardi B. Am I the drama? Am I? Am I the drama? She's super confident. Super confident. I agree with you there, Alexandra. Walsh's fraud case is closed. He's like serving his sentence right now while he's also in the Norfolk County Pokey. Debbie Davis, you must not have been here. She says, Brian went to Home Depot and bought a hacksaw, Tyvek suit, tarp hatchet, cleaning supplies while under house arrest. He killed her. Stop it. What if somebody forced him to do that? What about the ransom email? What about the fact of like the Serbian mob? I don't know. I'm not siding with Brian Walsh a little too much. I'm just saying, is there reasonable doubt? Is there reasonable doubt? Based on all of this stuff, I think there's reasonable doubt. So I don't know if he's competent or not. I don't know who attacked him or why, but I want the police report and I want to see the video. Is there reasonable doubt? Because they're trying to spin it one way And either that or he's the dumbest criminal on the planet, which I'm also willing to accept. I don't know. But we think outside the box here. So if you don't like it, you don't have to stick around. I saw that's the first comment you ever made on this channel. So, you don't know that when we click on your name, we can see if all the comments you've made in the past ever from the beginning of time. So that is what it is. I want to see what the phone extraction from Proctor shows. That's what I want to see. I mean, what Proctor's communications show regarding Anna Walshe, because they said that they're relevant. So let's see. I think he is undergoing a sentence. I think we just read that in the papers. When Anna went missing, he had not yet been sentenced. And so but I think that he has been sentenced, right? Didn't we just read that in the papers? Right. How to get rid of a body if you really need to, right? Is like the dumbest search on the planet. And the timing of her going missing and the timing of the 6-year-old child, what he said, I don't know. I got some reasonable doubt. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And they wanted to change a venue, which is wild to me that the defendant would want to change a venue, because you would think Norfolk County residents, people who live in Norfolk County, know about the shenanigans. They were here for the Karen Reed trial 1 and 2. They know about the shenanigans of the MSP. So there's that, right? I don't know. I really have no personal stake in this case whatsoever. I'm just thinking outside the box is all. No, they didn't find her DNA, James. And the thing about the bone on the hacksaw, we found out it has never been confirmed to have been bone of animal or man, animal or person. And we don't know what they found in the basement because, as you know, a lot of this stuff has been published in the papers. It's been published in the papers, the newspapers. Like, there was human bone found on the hacksaw in the dumpster. Not true. Not true. And anybody who has watched, what was the last thing I watched where they were chopping off fingers like it was no big whoop? Oh, Black Rabbit, or second season of You, where Joe Goldberg cut off his own toe and set his house on fire. Listen, people do what they got to do if they want to get away. Is all I'm saying. I don't know. No idea. They didn't test the bone. They didn't. Well, no, they tested it, but it was inconclusive. I don't know. We went through those papers another day. Is all I'm saying. All right, moving on. On September, where are we? 25th, the court clarified. So they want to retest all of these items, or they're retesting them. And the results weren't going to be done until October 9th, but they're still arguing against a continuance. I don't know. Doesn't seem to make sense to me. And it says here, this retesting is non-exhaustive, so samples remain available for testing by the defense. But again, if they're not going to get, they can retest. You know how long it takes for this testing to be done, right? We've been here before. Remember how long it took Adam Lally to get those results from Bodie when he never really even asked for them? And he lied about it too. I remember, I was here. On September 25th, 2025, the court clarified that motions in limine were due on September 29th, 2025. Commonwealth filed motions in limine and other pretrial motions on, hold on. Gotta find the papers. Hold, please. Nope, not that. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay, on September 25th, the court clarified that motions in limine were due on September 29th. The Commonwealth filed motions in limine and other pretrial motions on September 26th and 29th, 2025. The defendant filed motions in limine, a motion for a change of venue, and for attorney-conducted panel voir dire on September 30th, 2025. Footnote 5, which says the defense has not, as of October 3rd, filed the documentation described as supporting the change of venue motion, making it impossible for the Commonwealth to respond. On October 3rd, 2025, the defendant moved to continue the trial and waive the defendant's appearance at the final pretrial hearing. The Commonwealth is preparing for trial as scheduled and anticipates testimony from at least 60 witnesses. Wow, 60. 6-0. Including witnesses traveling from California, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and New York. Washington, D.C., New York, Nevada, Israel, and Australia. Okay. Who pays for their travel? I want to know. Is the Commonwealth paying to travel all of these people from Australia and Israel? Really? Okay. Argument. After a case has been entered upon the trial calendar, a continuance shall be granted only when based upon cause and only when necessary to ensure that the interests of justice are served. Well, generally, the decision whether to grant a motion to continue lies within the sound discretion of the trial judge. Well, we know that it's been continued, so let's just read and see if we see anything else interesting here. It's a balancing test. The defendant's need for additional time against the possible inconvenience. The defendant's October 3rd motion for a continuance is based on the defendant, number one, the defendant being assaulted at the jail on September 11th, 2025. Two, the Commonwealth seeking retesting in light of Gordon. And three, federal materials related to a witness the Commonwealth is not calling. Yeah, Proctor. You can't call Proctor. None of these provide sufficient grounds to continue the trial date. Well, they kind of do. Because you don't need to retest if your witness is going to be done with his surgery by a certain time, and this is pushed out. So that would take away your need to retest any of these items, right? Number two, we need to wait for the federal materials, okay, from Proctor, because I have a feeling they're going to be explosive, but I don't know. Yeah, they're going to continue. Yeah, they're going to continue it because the judge has decided that Brian Walshe needs to go to the hospital for 20 days to be evaluated to see if he's competent to participate in his defense. Assault at Norfolk County House of Correction. Footnote 7. Are they going to attach a police report? The assault is being prosecuted by another district attorney's office. What? What district attorney's office is going to prosecute? It happened in the Norfolk County Pokey, right? In Norfolk County. But I guess it's a conflict for Michael Marcy's office, so they got to farm it out to another county? The motion to continue states the defendant was assaulted at the jail on September 11, 2025, and is mentally and physically unable at this time to fully participate in his defense and to tolerate the physical requirements of attending full days of trial at this time. The nature of the assault, which occurred 3 weeks ago, is not explained. The only support for claims regarding the defendant's physical and mental condition are affidavits of counsel. Aren't you privy to like the documents inside of the... All right, well, maybe they should have attached the police report then. But you would think that it's inside their office. They would know about it, right? I don't know. The only support for claims regarding the defendant's physical and mental condition are affidavits of counsel. The nature of any injuries is not explained. There are no medical or psychological records or reports. The affidavits of counsel are insufficient for this court to make any findings as to the defendant's physical and mental condition. Absent additional information, the assault at the jail more than a month before the scheduled trial date is not a basis to continue the trial. Federal materials. The defendant faults the Commonwealth for complying with federal protective orders regarding materials relating to the Reed matter and former Trooper Proctor, whose role in the investigation was previously explained and who the Commonwealth will not be calling as a witness. Footnote 8. See the opposition, blah, blah, blah. As has been represented before, Judge Krupp, review of the materials in accordance with subsequent orders of the U.S. District Court is complete. The DA's office and the U.S. Attorney's office have reached an agreement which requires the approval of the U.S. District Court Judge Casper. Okay, good. So you reached an agreement? Great. Can't wait to hear about it tomorrow. Maybe you'll release the materials. This issue is expected to be resolved prior to the start of trial. Footnote 9. ADA Lisa Beatty represents the Commonwealth at the hearings on the federal materials. Okay. Although there has been discovery in this case and other cases in which former Trooper Proctor was involved, there has been no indication of malfeasance yet, or that anything admissible at, hold on, I need the next page, please. Oh, please. Or that any malfeasance will be found. Okay. Or that anything admissible at, is this the right page? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. A trial will be found. Former Trooper Proctor was discharged for derogatory, defamatory, disparaging, and or otherwise inappropriate text messages in a homicide investigation involving the death of a police officer and sharing sensitive or confidential information about a female homicide suspect with non-law enforcement personnel. While some of former Trooper Proctor's text messages are misogynistic, unlike the female defendant in Reed, this defendant is a white man. So what? So what? He could have been looking for nudes of Anna Walshe. This is, see, this, I don't like this. You know, I don't like this. This is a disingenuous argument because isn't Laura McLaughlin involved in the Walshe case? And she also knows what all the Trooper Proctor's communications say. This is disingenuous because they've already said that there is stuff in there that's related to Walshe, right? Right? Although the issues involving former Trooper Proctor are widely known, they are not relevant to the trial of this matter and are not grounds for delay of this trial. Well, listen, Ms. McLaughlin. If it turns out that it 100% is, this is also a false pleading. Isn't the missing lady a white woman? Right, exactly. That's right. Thank you. Footnote 10, which says, in December 2024, I hope Laura McLaughlin didn't sign off on this. McLaughlin. Commonwealth informed the court that Trooper Proctor would not be called as a witness. The Commonwealth has moved to preclude introduction of irrelevant information regarding former Trooper Proctor. Okay, good luck with that. DNA retesting. In light of the recent Gordon decision, and because one analyst involved in the testing is unavailable due to major surgery, extractions from 6 of the 8 items tested in DNA round 2 are being retested. Did they not find Anna Walsh's DNA? And they're retesting them again, so maybe they'll find it this time? Yes, Magnolia Gypsy says, yep, they have said there is Walshe stuff. They did not want to admit it, and they absolutely want to go to trial and not have to hand it over. Yes. Yes. Discovery from the retesting will be available prior to trial, and the samples set aside for the defense remaining available for future testing by the defense. Are they going to retest that alleged bone, and now they're going to say it's bone because it came up no bone the first time? Sus. The Commonwealth is still reviewing Gordon and may seek to present a substitute analyst. Footnote 11. The Gordon court did not address situations involving an expert who builds on the absent analyst's work, nor the scenario where an expert relies on multiple analysts who participate in testing or on multiple sources, only some of which comprise testimonial hearsay. I think they want different results. That's what I think they want. Yep. You know, get a guy like Judd Welcher in now to retest everything. And all of a sudden, John O'Keefe was hit by a car because blue paint, $600K, pay me. Thank you. Bye. That on short notice, the MSP Crime Lab is conducting non-exhaustive retesting while the Commonwealth continues to analyze the application to Gordon is not grounds to continue this trial. The defendant could stipulate to the results of the initial testing, thus eliminating the reason for the retesting. Footnote 12. The Gordon court noted the absence of an explanation as to why additional testing was not done once the prosecutor determined to call a substitute expert, noting that retesting would have avoided the need for testimonial hearsay prohibited by the confrontation clause. Hit the like button. Thank you, Ishmael. Everyone hit the like button. Whoop, whoop. Motion to waive defendant's presence at the final pretrial hearing. The motion states that the defendant told his attorneys that he is mentally and physically unable at this time to attend the hearing based on the continuing trauma resulting from the assault. There is no description as to the nature of any physical injuries from the assault. There is no description as to the nature of any mental injuries from the assault. There is no indication as to when the defense believes the defendant would feel mentally and physically able to participate in his trial for the murder of his wife. A defendant's self-report is not sufficient grounds to waive his appearance at a critical stage of the proceedings. Conclusion. The motion to continue and waive the defendant's presence at the final pretrial hearing should be denied. XOXO. Michael Morrissey, District Attorney. By Tracy Cusick. October 3rd, 2025. This is wild because how were they served with the defense motion for the continuance on October 3rd, and then they responded the exact same day? Isn't that wild? This is a very thought out response. You really, like, they really actually did that the same day? Right. Does this mean they don't have an incident report? It says they're pressing charges. It says they're pressing charges for the assault, but it's another district attorney who's going to press the charges. So I have questions. But before we get to the questions, let's look for the at this updated notice regarding the DNA evidence that I have pulled up here, because you guys are amazing. Hang on. Let's see what it says. This also was, well, this was October 6th. Okay. This is the Commonwealth's updated notice regarding MSP Crime Lab DNA evidence. On September 26th, 2025, the Commonwealth filed notice that in light of Commonwealth v. Gordon, that's the new case from September 17th of 2025, 9 days later. I mean, that case is decided 9 days later. They're on it. And the unavailability of an analyst who participated in round 2 DNA, the Commonwealth asked the MSP Crime Lab to retest the 6 samples from round 2 for which sufficient extractions remained. Results were received on October 3rd, 2025 and provided to the defense by email. The discovery was also received on October 3rd and provided to the defense with a secure file link on October 3rd. So they've already retested it. That is some really fast retesting, huh? I mean, that's wild. Really? They can get it done that quickly? Come on. I don't know. I have so many questions that are not going to be answered among ourselves because we can't answer them. Let's go to the chat. Let's see what you guys have to say about it. Clamasuz, I think I covered this earlier, but thanks for your 5. Thanks so much for the update on Walshe. Times keep it changing. You're the bestest. You'll be in Salem tomorrow for Kelsey. So if anybody else is going to Salem tomorrow for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, please let us know and look out for Glamasuz. Dark Willow became a member. Welcome. Edwina says, why are you so chipper, lovely? Because you know why? Because I unplugged my phone yesterday and I didn't look at it at all. And I did the same thing today until I came to visit you at 7:45 Eastern. So I'm not going to let all this drama get to me. And I suggest you don't either, but you probably don't, Edwina. And because it was a beautiful day for 2 days and the sun was shining and that makes me happy. And I love the sun. And also I'm in my showgirl era and I just can't get enough of it. Thank you, Edwina. Thanks for asking. Michelle, thank you for your 5 for your super sticker. That was Michelle Lee. And music to my soul says, Melanie, I had a rough day today, but it made me smile when I saw that you were going live. Thanks for brightening my day. I love you. Oh no, I love you more. I love you more. Colleen became a new member, and Be Truth Live Factually became a member. Welcome, you guys. I think you're gonna like it here. Kelly's been here for 9 months, and she says, "Thank you, Melanie, for all you do for us." Oh yes, this is Melanie's catering service. Thank you, Kelly. Happy anniversary to us. Mike B from the 413 says Bridgewater State handles pretrial, post-conviction, mental health inmates, S offenders, and addiction treatment under Section 35 laws. Thank you, Mike B from the 413. We've been having a nice email exchange. Mike B from the 413. He's on a lot. He's on it. He's on a lot of things. Thank you, Mike. Sherilyn says, I'm just going to say it. He sold a fake Warhol to an art collector. I don't think he's smart enough to dispose of a body, leaving no evidence. Bone on saw was not tested. Thank you, Sherilyn. Sandra became a member. Welcome, Sandra. As did Erica 2 minutes. Erica 2 minutes. Welcome. Ladies, leave the drama at the door is here and says she gifted a membership. She gifted a membership. Thank you very much for gifting. And to whoever randomly received it, thank our friend, leave your drama at the door. So everyone has to hit the like button because it really does help the algorithm and whatnot. No, we've got like half. We've got like half, more than 50%. There's 3,400 watching, 1,900 likes. You could do better. We could do better. I know you forget, but it's kind of like walking into someone's house. You wipe your feet at the mat. This is a great thing. It's just a nice thing to do. Just a nice thing to do. All right. Thank you. Gigi's ice cream truck filled with silver bracelets is here. And she says, I can't believe that I woke up and actually was not unsubscribed to your channel. Oh, good. That's fantastic. You rock. And everyone check your subscription status every day. Melanie's worth it. Oh, thank you. I don't know. YouTube is like pulling a fast one. Unsubscribing people, blocking people getting blocked. And Venus Blue, Trial Bunny, became a member. Thank you. And October is her month. If you know, you know. Tom Gully Show says, I ran camera for Bob Ross on TJOP, Ball State. That's so cool. That's so cool. What was Bob Ross like? Tell us more, Bob. Tom Gully Show, tell us more. That's really cool. Thanks for your super chat. And for the love of the traveling, Gary says, hello. Oh, because we could do Seinfeld for that too. Instead of just Cardi B, maybe we could do Seinfeld. Hello. Hello. I'd probably get stricken though if I used that one. But Seinfeld references are always welcome. Thanks for your 5, Gary. And Technical Out says, I'm a Libra too. My daughter and my late mama are Aquarius. Oh, don't we get along so well? Today's my birthday. Happy birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Technical Out. Happy birthday, girl. So glad to spend part of the evening with you and this great chat. Oh, that's awesome. It's Piney Woods. Piney Woods, you changed your name. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, girl. Piney Woods is also an attorney or recovering attorney or retired attorney. I can't remember. But we have a lot of attorneys that watch. And Kelly Applegate's here. She's an attorney too. She said, did I miss it? LOL. Did you? I don't think so. Not really. You can go back and rewind. We were doing a little mental health check-in before everyone has to go for a grippy sock vacation. That's Nurse Kim's phrase that she coined. But it fits, because there's a lot of agents of chaos out there and a lot of, rage baiters, and they're trying to divide. They're trying to divide, but united we stand, divided we fall. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm disappointed. Disappointed in a lot of things that are happening, but I don't really know what's happening because, like I said, I unplugged for the past 2 days. So I really have no idea. All right. So yeah, you missed it, Kelly, but it's not too bad. So TG's Ice Cream Truck says, I just passed the mirror. Where can I find lights to make me look younger? I don't know. Get a ring light, girl. Ring lights are good. That's what this ring light is in front of me. Every girl needs a good ring light. Or you need also for your makeup table is Hollywood lighting. It's like lighting all around your mirror. It's the best. The best. Thank you, Gigi. But you're beautiful. Age is just a number. It's just a number. Just a number. Wags is here and says the Serbian spy theory would sound crazy, except I'm the daughter of a retired counterintelligence officer. Things are not always as they seem. Oh, what? Wags, tell us more. Whenever I hear the name Wags, it reminds me of Billions. Wasn't the guy's name, wasn't there Wags in Billions? I love that show. I love that show, except I don't like Paul Giamatti. I just don't like Paul Giamatti. And also, I also didn't like the redhead guy, but I love Corey Stoll, the really tall, bald man. Did you guys watch Billions? And so Wags, that reminds me of Wags from Billions, because that was a great show. I think is it done? I don't know. And so Wags is the daughter of a retired counterintelligence officer. Things are not always as they seem. Yes, Aunt Bibi. I know I said that earlier. Tomorrow is Kelly Reed's birthday. I even sang happy birthday to her. Were you late, Aunt Bibi? Aunt Bibi was my first member ever. We have a special relationship. We love Aunt Bibi. Aunt Bibi 2. Is there an Aunt Bibi 1? Bowie the Lab says, Proctor is currently working as a carpenter on a new pizza shop being built in my town. Oh, Bowie the Lab, don't go there. Don't go to the pizza place. Is it a hero shop or is it a pizzeria? And if you guys didn't see what Chris Albert did, what Chris Albert did and was called out about at the Canton Select Board meeting on the September 30th, I think. It was on my show from the other day. You should go watch it. I wonder, do you think Chris Albert is going to have any ramifications for his behavior? That was wild. Spill the beans on where the pizzeria is, MMK says. Tag Bowie the Lab. Maybe Bowie the Lab will tell you. Thank you for your 5. Holly Brown is here and says, hey, Melanie, I sent you an email. I'm a licensed esthetician and want to send you some good products. Let me know. Let me know how to get them to you. You're awesome. And that's amazing. And I love that so much, except, girl, I don't give out my address. People every day are like, I want to send you this. I want to send you that. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't give out my address. I'd be crazy. You see how they're coming for me? I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're not coming for me now. Maybe they've moved on to others, but I don't even have like a post office box because I'd have to go like 10 towns away to get a post office box so people wouldn't be able to find me. But I love that you want to send me stuff. That's amazing. You're a sweetheart. I don't want you guys to send me gifts, but I do appreciate the thought. So thank you so much. Amor of Alesse says, it's the best. Jerry, the best. They're real and they're spectacular. Thank you. And BB says, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow's Kelly's birthday. It is. It is Kelly Reed's birthday. That's amazing. And Charlie Lynn says, Chris Albert has never had ramifications. He's a bully, weaponizing the select board, DA, and police. I mean, is anything going to be done? Oh, Damian Lewis, that's his name. So Bab says, I love redheads and have a crush on Damian Lewis. Cami Burchett says she has ducks for me. I know Rich Schiffer wanted to send me some ducks too, but I don't want to get a P.O. box. I'm going to have to go to like 10 towns away. And then what? Then I got to go and collect. You guys should not feel obligated to send me things. No. When you see me in person, if you want to bring me something, you can. How about that? Because you know where I'm going to be. Next time there's a Wilbur show, I'll be back. So don't worry about that. I don't want you guys to send me things. I feel guilty when people send me things. I don't know. I'm just not, I'm more of a giver than a receiver. Let's just say, let's put it that way. I mean, when it comes to gifts. All right, let's see. Forget it. That just didn't come out right. Just withdrawn. Motion to strike. Everything I just said. Thank you, Kelly, for sending me the papers that we just went over. And yes, there is going to be, I said this earlier, Kristen, maybe you weren't here, but I'll say it again for those of you who just joined. There's supposed to be on October 8th, which is Wednesday at 2 p.m., a motion hearing in front of Judge Krupp for Aiden. And yes, if Brado put new motions in on Kelsey, it says impounded. That means it's not available to us. Yes, you are correct, Kristen. You're wicked smart. So I'm just going to assume this for now because we will cover it, of course, live as always, on Wednesday too, that the judge, Krupp, is probably going to hear, I think he's probably going to hear the motion to recuse. He's probably going to be like, yeah, they're going to have to come in with a new prosecutor for all of it. Because I don't even think, we went over all the motions before, I don't even think that they need to oppose that motion. Cosgrove he could be just like, yeah, I got to withdraw. This is a complete conflict because anything that Lindsay Gattani is involved in, which is all the cases I can't be involved in, except for the window intimidation one. He could still prosecute that. But he just might be like, you know what? I just want to go back to my retirement. I was having a nice retirement until this whole thing happened. Because really, Cosgrove came out of retirement. He was a judge in Norfolk County, coincidentally. Say no more. And he came out of retirement for that whole thing. So I don't know. The Hunter Moon is amazing. It's amazing. I don't know. What does Olivia say? Hold on. Olivia's here. I love Olivia. Megan says there are more papers from today for Walshe. I know. There's about eight responses to all of the motions in Lemonade, but there's no reason for me to go over them now because the trial date has been kicked. So the trial date has been kicked until at least after the 20-day evaluation. And who knows if they're going to keep him in Bridgewater State longer. It could be pushed a couple of months. James, thank you for your 5, says, Melanie, is it me or does everyone think Scott hated Maude is a silver fox in their head? I don't know. I mean, I know what Scott looks like, so. Scott's my bud. Megan says there are more papers today for Walsh. I know, so many though. And then we got these, and these are really the more relevant ones. So thank you. I love you, but I'm not going to talk about it today because today we need to do a mental health check on you guys. See how everyone's doing, what you're feeling, how you're doing. And what else is on your mind before we, before we wrap it for, you know what, let me change the stream for the morning to the 2 p.m. because then I can teleport you there after this is over so you can smash the like button for the morning. So let me just, gotta go to StreamYard. I gotta take it out. Does anybody know? Can I get it? Can I get in? Billy Bush is in New York City, working on a swing, hoping to join the Hole in One club. The Hole in One club. Oh, he is, huh? Weekend Up Evie says he's in New York. Why didn't he call me? Hello? Billy Bush. Billy Bush.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Billy Bush.
Hello, I'm here.
Why didn't you call me, Billy Bush?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, I'm here.
It's a beautiful day. Like, it's a great day for golf tomorrow, Billy Bush. He did, but I had my phone up. He did not. He did not call me. Did he? Yeah, there's a hearing tomorrow on Kelsey Fitzsimmons at 9:30, but a lot of people are going in person, and I don't know if they have Zoom in that Salem courthouse because I seem to remember that's why I had to order the FTR. And also, I ordered the FTR on today's hearing for Brian Walsh, and so I want to go over that with you tomorrow. I don't know, Kristen, I have no idea, but I'll take care of you now. You're all set. I don't know. YouTube is a pain in the ass. Bowie the Lab says that the pizza shop that Michael Proctor is building is in Norwell, Judge Cannoni's hometown. Oh, no, I don't need cameras in the courtroom. I need a Zoom link. I need to know if Salem, I need to know if Essex Superior Court has Zoom capabilities. That's what I want to know so that we can do the Zoom hearing. I don't care about a camera. I'll do the Zoom. He's working on his swing. He's not ready for me yet, he said. The little cupcake said. That's hilarious. No, I don't think I'm going to do a giveaway tonight. I've done a lot of giveaways. In fact, is the sale over? Hold on. Let me see if the sale is, I got all the giveaways out that I owed everybody already. And somebody click on the merch link and tell me if the sale is still going on. Let me, I got to fix this. Got to edit this one. What we're going to do is we're going to edit the 8:45 a.m. hearing. And we're going to put it on to 1:45 p.m. So everyone who's already hit the reminder on that is just going to come back. And so that's going to be Brian Walsh and Miles King. And then I got to change the thumbnail. This is a lot of work. You don't know what it's like back here. Just to be me. Just me, just a girl, a loud lawyer with a lot of strong opinions and a microphone. All right, so that's going to be 2 p.m. So I've just changed the 8:45 a.m. stream to 1:45 p.m. So don't be alarmed. Don't send me emails. I'm going to teleport you over there right after this so you can hit the thing. But I want to know if Salem has the Zoom. So what I'll do, Google says Essex Superior does Zoom. What's going to happen? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the court first thing in the morning, like 8:30 when they start answering the phone, because it's not supposed to be until 9:30. So just keep checking back, okay? A true showgirl nonetheless. Thank you, Kylie Cosmos. Just keep checking back with me, because I don't know why I have it in my brain that this judge is like, no, I'm not turning the cameras on for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And that's why we had to get the FTR recording. But maybe it was because that was another like secret hearing, like the secret hearing today. It is on for tomorrow. All right, cool. Cool. Well, as soon as I know, I'll set it up. Lucy is terrified of psychedelic. Oh, right. Billy Bush did a whole show today on his psychedelic journey because I wanted to really talk to him about that and have him on. Or would you guys be interested in that? Would you guys be interested in? It was the one where she sent her back to jail, Lisa. It was the hearing where she sent her back to jail. Jail. Remember? It was like a secret hearing. And then we got the recording. We hear her crying at the end, and her tone was so mean. And I had the transcript, and I said, but I think her tone is probably not as mean as I'm reading it. And then her tone was so much meaner than I even could have possibly acted it out. Judge McCarthy Naiman, remember? So maybe it's just because we couldn't get the replay of it. MK says, love you, Melanie. I'm an attorney living in Norfolk County who grew up in Manhattan. Oh my God. Why did you move? No, I'm just kidding. It's lovely. It's lovely. Norfolk County is lovely. Thanks for all you do about getting the word out on the corruption. It's so bad here. I know. Listen, I have ties to the county too. And I've been hearing for decades how corrupt the police are in your town, in your county, and your entire state. You guys are interested in it? Silly Sybin. The sale is over. All right. Sorry, guys. It was 20% off for 5 days. How do you hit the like button while watching on TV? Oh, I really have no idea, Deb. Can you put it on your phone and hit it on your phone? Or just put it on your laptop later and just go hit the like later? But that's so sweet of you for even wanting to know. And TLR says, doesn't everyone check Melanie first thing in the morning? Go on Morning Mike's tomorrow. Whenever he calls me, I go. Listen, he will send me a message at 8:45 and be like, can you come on at 10? And I'll be like, dude, I mean, it takes me longer than an hour and 15 minutes to get my hair and makeup done by myself. So, I haven't even showered yet, but okay, Billy, I'll come. He did that one day recently and I did it. And Trevor says golf on shrooms is lovely. It's lovely. All right. You guys have any, any further thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, feelings that you want to talk about? Is anybody all up in their feelings? Anybody think they're losing their actual mind? Do you think you're being gaslit? Are you worried about what's going on out there in the movement? I hate that word, movement. It's a movement. It's a bunch of people who are sick and tired of the corruption in Massachusetts, right? Karen Reed could have been any one of us. Karen Reed could have been anybody. Could have been you, me, your sister, my sister, your wife, your daughter. She could have been any one of us. Karen Reed is very lucky that she had the finances to initially pay for her defense and the assets that she could sell to pay for her defense, and that she had such generous contributors like all of you contributing to over $1 million to her defense fund. And she still owes her attorneys $5 million. So, now we got a turtle boy to free. And listen, no matter how you feel about him, he should not be facing over 100 years in prison for hurting some feelings of some people who happen to be very influential in the county and who happen to sit on, the town select board, who Chris Albert calling up a guy in town and telling him, cursing him out and then telling him, why don't you go send some more dick pics to your stepdaughter? Really? Is anything going to happen to him? For journalism. Journalism is not a crime. You might not like the way he delivers his journalism or the questions that he has, but back in the day, when I was a kid, 60 Minutes would be on TV when we were eating dinner at my house on Sunday nights, right? What time is 60 Minutes on? I don't know. But the TV would be wheeled up. It would be the little Sony Trinitron, 13-inch television on the stand with the wheels on it. And the TV would be wheeled over to the dinner table and we would be watching 60 Minutes. And that's back in the day when the old school journalists would knock on doors and ask the tough questions, right? That's old school journalism. They don't do that anymore. You know why? Because they're afraid. Mainstream media is bought and paid for by whatever political party, whatever town or city they're in. And that's what used to happen back in the day. Reporters would knock on doors and ask the tough questions. That's what he's being prosecuted for. Yeah, right. Magnolia Gypsy says same. Melanie, the reporters were up in Nixon's face, right? Calling him a crook, right? Right? Tom Gully says 60 Minutes right after football on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Right. And then it was the Lauren Green's. What was Lauren Green's show? It was the animal show. Remember? Lauren Green's Wild Kingdom or something like that. Was it Lauren Green? No, I don't remember. But I remember it was called Wild Kingdom. Anybody? Right. Mary says you better have your mind right before you trip and fall on the internet. Amanda says Karen Reed is a human who unfortunately got in the clutches of the Canton gang. God bless her. Yeah. Mutual of Omaha. That's what it was. The Mutual of Omaha. Wild Kingdom. And I don't remember who. It was Wild Kingdom, right? And who was the guy who ran the show? TikTok is now bought too, says Amy in Arizona. Mainstream media is Hollywood, says got milk for me. Walter Cronkite. Right. Barbara Walters made everyone cry. Wendy G. Barbara Walters made everyone cry. Was she ever charged with witness intimidation? Could you imagine? Barbara Walters intimidated me. After she intimidated me on television in front of all the millions of viewers that used to watch her show, I didn't want to testify. And so, prosecute her for witness intimidation, friends. Lauren Green was bonanza, says Cindy. Olivia says, I've seen some pretty nasty witness intimidation of the journalist himself by a lot of individuals who claim to be free Karen Reed as of late. It's disturbing, but apparently okay because it's him, not a McAlbert. Yeah, of course. I mean, if anybody does anything to Turtle Boy, they're not going to get in trouble. They're not going to get in trouble. Isn't that written into the statute? Do not intimidate witnesses unless it's Turtle Boy. And also, the judge in the Karen Reed motion to dismiss decision bringing Turtle Boy into it. It's wild. It's insane. You're being gaslit. And just try and keep your sanity. New Hampshire woman says Marlon Perkins. That doesn't ring a bell with me, girl. Marlon Perkins? Yeah. Why am I thinking of like Lauren Green's? I mean, you could be right. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Kylie says, how about when Diane Sawyer made Britney cry? Right. Lauren Green, bonanza. All right, hold on. And I got to go to IMDb Pro. See, this is what happens. We got to settle the bet. Wild Kingdom. Wild Kingdom. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Wait, hold on. Hold, please. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom ran from 1963 to 1988. Why won't it? Hello. IMDb Pro is buffering. You know why? I have so many windows open that I'm getting a draft. Hang on. Got to tighten up my game over here. This is not acceptable. This is unacceptable. Got to keep it tight. All right. Here we go. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom ran from oh, come on, Cardi. Come back, Cardi. 1963 to 1988. And wow, 26 seasons. Marlon Perkins was the host. Okay, but who's the... Don Meyer. Was Marlon Perkins the host for all 26 seasons? Hold, please. $290 episodes. I don't know why I had it stuck in my head that I was somebody else, but I stand corrected. Look at that. Well done. Well done. You too can have IMDb Pro. Everyone go click on my IMDb page because it helps my star meter. Check it out. So let's see what my star meter is right now. It's in the show notes. Let's see. Here's my IMDb page. Right now, my star meter is at 57,160, which means that out of all of the actors in IMDb, I am the 57,160th most popular. But if you go to somebody like Brad Pitt, so it's kind of like a golf score. Like the lower your score, the better. And so the more people that click on your page, the better your star meter gets. But like if you look at Brad Pitt, let's see what he's at. I can't because it's like buffering. Come on, Brad Pitt. Let's see your star meter, man. Lauren Green's show was New Wilderness, says Big Old Dog. All right. See, Brad Pitt's star meter is 51. So he's low. He's low. Let's see who's number 1 today. There's a way to get to that, but I just don't know how. So my star meter, I mean, my IMDb link is in the show notes below. If everybody clicks on it once a day, that'll help me out. Because apparently I didn't get that show that I auditioned for, which is a major CBS show, which begins with an E. The name begins with an E. But when the episode does air, I will tell you I auditioned for that role and I didn't get it. I think, unless they pushed the shoot date. All right. Here's what's going to happen. I love you all very, 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 very much. So much, in fact, that I love spending every single day with you. And I miss you too. If I'm not here, I miss you just as much. And Holly says, next time you're in Massachusetts, I run a nonprofit. We treat skin side effects from cancer treatment, Looking and Feeling Fab Inc. Oh, okay. You know what I will do? Yes, I remember your email. I saw it in passing, but I've been so busy. I'm going to go back to your email and I will promote your company for you. How about that? And then when I come, and if you want to give me some products, great. You know what we could do? You know what we could do, Holly Brown, if you're up for it. If we have any viewers who are undergoing cancer treatment that are having side effects from their cancer treatments for their skin, how about instead of you gifting me products, you can gift the products to a viewer that says that they need these products, and then I will connect the two of you and you can gift the products to a viewer. How about that? Holly, let's do that. What do you think? If I have any viewers who are undergoing cancer treatment that would like, I mean, Holly, I don't, unless you say, okay, I don't want to put the offer out. Maybe we could have a giveaway. We could do a giveaway for that. And then you could gift them to a viewer who really needs them. How about that? Yay. Holly Brown says 100%. All right. So if anybody is listening on replay or live and you would like some skin products because you're undergoing cancer treatment, Holly Brown has a company called Looking and Feeling Fab Inc. and would like to gift one lucky winner. Send me an email. I will connect you with Holly Brown. And that's the giveaway we're going to do. Because Holly Brown wanted to send stuff to me. But I think that we should give them to a viewer who needs them. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at us making a difference. You're the best, Holly. You're the best. Lola the Good Dog says, I heard Brian and Nicole Albert are separating. Anyone know for sure? I have no idea. FYI, Billy Bush's psilocybin show was today in Hot Mics. Yes, I want to watch it. I'm going to go watch it after this. Okay. Thank you, Allie, for your super chat. For becoming a member. And Marlon Perkins said New Hampshire woman. And Casey Paralegal, thank you for your super sticker. And John says it's my mom's birthday today, and then my dad's birthday is on the 14th, and mine on the 17th. Well, happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, John, to you and your mom and your dad and John. John Cummin, I think is your name. Thank you so much for your super chat. Or Common, Comyn. Thanks, John. Happy birthday to all of you Libras. Desiree says, thanks so much for keeping us sane and not. I'm trying. Sometimes we got to just get on here and distract. It's like a distraction stream. And also I heard that, it's late and I couldn't redirect you there, but I heard Emily C is doing like a bedtime story. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Because I'll just restream it right here for you for a second. And then you can go over there. Let me see. Oh, it's already over. So she did a bedtime story. So you guys should go over to Emily C. She said, anyone need a bedtime story? And it's already over. So I guess it was a quick bedtime story. If you guys like it, you can go there. And it was so cute. Oh, Krista Limited Edition was there and said it's so cute. I mean, just so people know, when I go live, I don't check the schedule. There's no checking schedule for I don't know who's going live when. I don't care. I do it when I can do it. I know that you guys will go support other people. So if people are like, oh, well, why are you going live when someone else is going live? I don't check. I do it when I can. And so I don't know who schedules first. It doesn't matter. If you watch one creator, you're going to watch everybody on replay and whatever. Not that Emily would ever say that to me, but I did notice after scheduled mine that I saw her, she was doing a bedtime story. I was going to try and send you there, but you have to allow people to redirect. And she did not have the redirect set up. And so I could not do that anyway. But thank you, Desiree, for your 10. She says, yikes, character limit on earlier chat. I think I meant I'm grateful for a place to go where it's not scary to enter the chat. Well, I mean, as long as you're nice. People come in here. It's so funny because you know how I set the stream to like, you have to have been a sub, which is free for like a day. Sometimes, depending on my mood. Sometimes it'll be 1 day. Sometimes it'll be 5 days. Sometimes it'll be an hour, depending on how I feel and what I feel the temperature is out there on the crazy. And it's a full moon today. So, you know, there's that. But people will wait. People will actually wait however long it takes to come in and just attack me. It's just wild to me. It's like, wow, you're so patient, girl. You're so patient. You waited a whole day to come in here and attack me. That's so crazy, yo. Tansy Barnett says, I just finished radiation for breast cancer and have severe damage. It'd be fantastic to get a product. All right, Tansy, winner, chicken dinner. Send me an email. My email's in the show notes. I will hook you up with Holly. I will hook you up with Holly. Hold on. And this is just because it's the first one that I saw. Tansy Barnett says, I just finished radiation for breast cancer and have severe skin damage. It'd be fantastic to get a product. We're here for you. We're here for you. Prayers up for Tansy. Send me an email. fanbase@mlittlelaw.com. Fanbase@mlittlelaw.com. And put your name in the subject so that I will remember and that I will connect you with Holly Brown. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah. Magnolia just says maybe you should always set the subscribe delay to 4 days on full moon. I know. The name of her company again is, hold on. Let me see if, let me look for her email and see if she put a link to her website in there or anything. Hold on. There it is. I'm going to put it up for you so you too can go there and check it out. She says, I run a nonprofit called Looking and Feeling Fab, Inc. We exclusively treat skin side effects from cancer treatment. We also use professional, clean, effective products. I would love to send you some. I would love to be a part of a show where we talk about skincare on your channel. That's awesome. That is awesome. And she would love to send me some products, but instead I'm going to say we should send them to Tansy. And if we ever do a skincare show, that would be great. Also, we could do like a makeup show. Life on Makeup is always in the chat. I would love to do that sometime. That would be awesome. Let me put up your website so that people can see it. And here it is, lookfeelfab.org. And that is, so that's the website, lookfeelfab.org. And this is what the landing page looks like. And it's to provide comfort and relief to those with cancer through integrative therapies, alleviating skin side effects, and improving quality of life. That's awesome. Lola, the good dog. Have you asked Tom Konkanowski if he is familiar with the judge from Kelsey's case? I have not. I have not thought about it until just now, so I will. Thank you. Thanks, Lola. And Derek Carney, he says, thanks for helping me get monetized. Congratulations. Congratulations, Derek. Congratulations to Derek Carney. And then here is a little bit about the company. It's a nonprofit. I love it. Love it. All right. Thank you, Holly Brown. And I will see you guys tomorrow. When I end this stream, it's going to teleport you to tomorrow's stream at 1:45, but we're going to cover Kelsey Fitzsimmons in the morning. So either come back and look for that later. I just have to make sure when I call the court this morning that they have an actual, they're going to have a Zoom feed up. Okay. So that we will take care of it. That's hilarious. Okay. All right. I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you, moderators, for keeping it classy today. I think it was okay, right? Just remember that welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. All right. Let's have Paris Ray and the Crush play us out tonight because, I'm allowed to. It's really one of the only things I can do. Only music that I can play on here. I can't play any Taylor Swift for you, but I can play some oversharing on the internet, which is exactly what we're going to do to play us out. So go follow Paris Ray and the Crush on all the socials and enjoy this one. And just think of the words because really it is so perfectly fitting. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you in the morning.
I'm a first place champion, gold medal Olympian. Man, I take the cake when it comes to overthinking it. I don't want to be this way, but I don't know how to change. Cause I care too much about everyone's opinion, like she's stuck up, or who does she think she is? I'm a basket case study on anxiety. I had this revelation last week in therapy. Came to the realization nobody cares about me. Nobody's analyzing the things I overshared. Isn't it so exciting? Nobody really cares. Oh no. Now I know that comes off a little self-deprecating, but it's not. I swear I find it liberating. Nobody gives a damn, so I can be exactly who I am. People got better things or way worse things to talk about than how I sing or what I write my songs about. If they've got shit to say, I probably don't like them anyway. I had this revelation last week in therapy. Came to the realization nobody cares about me. Nobody's analyzing the things I overshared. Isn't it so exciting? Nobody really cares. Oh no. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. We're not doing great, but we're doing our best. Oversharing on the internet. All my favorite people are a little depressed. And oversharing on the internet. We're not doing great, but we're doing our best. Oversharing on the internet. All my favorite people are a little depressed. And oversharing on the internet. Nobody, nobody, nobody. 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 Maybe a fade out, I don't know.